All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Brent Knox the podcast. I want to wish everybody Feliz Viernes. Happy Friday, everybody. It's a beautiful Friday. It's a little bit late. I had some other things I had to do, but basically waited until I was ready. And so now I'm ready to do the podcast. And I hope you guys are having a nice Friday night. I wanted to kind of start off by just talking about what's going on in the world, some of the things that I see, but probably the biggest thing, it's just scary times right now. I mean, we saw that Russia, Vladimir Putin is sending missiles into I can't even think right now. So basically, he's Ukraine. My brain is not working. Look, I'm going to have a drink of coffee. Maybe I'll wake up. Yeah, R2D2 power. So, Vladimir Putin sends some missiles into, and basically a missile, but what it does is breaks off into 5 separate missiles. And our missile defense system, the missile defense system that they're using, it just doesn't work for all those missiles. And one of them did hit the ground. They found out that these missiles are just not accurate, but he's just threatening nuclear war, and it's just scary. And so, I mean, the way I look at this is, any day and moment, you don't know if this world's going to end. So what do I have to lose? What do you have to lose? What do we have to lose with standing up and being brave with what we believe right now? If the world's going to end, any day, which it can, your life can end any day. Just that's all I wanted to say is that, at any point in time, this world could just be destroyed. But we just have to keep praying that we know back in biblical times that God spared a city if they could find just a small handful of righteous people. And I know for a fact that there are plenty of righteous and good people that are still on this earth. And, it's just not time yet for total destruction. So let's just keep working and being positive. Right now in the world, it looks like, at least in this country, people are rising up. They're rising up, and the snakes are showing their heads, which is rising up against illegal voting, illegal immigration, men going into women's spaces, crime and theft. That we want law and order, and that's what's going on in this world. I'm kind of starting off the podcast today a little bit serious. I'm gonna go into more fun stuff because, at the end of the day, what do we have to worry about? As long as we're living our life right, we could die with a smile on our faces. Granted, it may be in a burning ball of flame, but who cares? At least we're going to go back to our Maker. We're going to go to heaven if we do the right thing. That's what I believe. We also know that, like, the ideas of racism, that, basically anything I see that states race, whether it be black, white, it's just racist. Who cares what color people are? So they say, oh, black voices or this voices. It's just racist bullcrap trying to segregate us. And I'm just not buying it anymore. The last thing is also, we're going to see right now, this is all part of phase 1 of what's going on in the government. They're going to start with the energy, to lower our costs on energy. I'm excited about that. Phase 2 is going to look like they're going to clean up our food. Energy should lower the prices of food. Education, they're talking about decentralizing our where the curriculum is written. And so education is going to get all revamped. They're talking about getting the money back, the money that they spend at the federal level, but sending it back to the students, directly to the students in the schools who need it the most in these inner cities. So we're going to see a lot of changes in our education system. Policing and crime, that's changing as well. We saw that law that was voted in was sponsored by the major retailers in California, and it won by quite a huge margin. That these people need to go to jail. I witnessed plenty of just petty theft going on at like DD's and little like Ross and like even Big Lots, and people just walking out with stuff. Unbelievable that people can just think they can get away with things like that. And right now we're fighting back in the right way. We're doing it legally, and we're going to see these people go to jail. And there's just no more room for theft anymore in our society. If you want something, go out and work for it. If you want to beg for it, beg for it. But go out and find a way to make the money. So the other thing is also in phase two. I'm talking about phase two of what we're going to see. We're going to see government spending, which it looks like they're gonna curtail the government spending, and that should also. And then I think when they're done with that, I would guess it would be taxes that they're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a revamping of the FBI. We know that day one, when our new President Trump comes into office, he is going to have a complete, he needs a whole FBI. We know they're going to tap his lines. They're going to try to spill the information, just leak it to the press. So we can't trust them. But the one thing I wanted to bring up, I mean, we know that all these things are going to change. They are going to change. We have to believe this. Like, nobody in the history of the U.S. government, no one's ever come in and said, "Hey, why don't we just figure out where we're spending our money and start treating it like a business? Where are we going to spend our money?" And that's what's going on right now. We know that change in every organization starts from the top down. I mean, look at sports teams. If you don't have a good owner, you're never going to win a championship. And that's just how it works in government as well. It works its way in the industry. So we're going to see the implementation of more student choices in our education system, which is excellent. It should be more privatized, where you can choose which school you want to go to. This is going to help these schools and the students in the inner city. You're not going to get money unless you're doing the right thing. We know that teachers unions, civil unions, a lot of the worker unions are just way too powerful. I mean, they don't ever lay anyone off. They don't ever fire anyone for just poor performance, and that needs to change. And I'm excited to see that happen, because our kids and our society, they deserve better than what they're getting, a lot better than what they're getting. And so that's pretty much my rant, I guess, when it comes to what's going on with politics. But basically, just get your popcorn ready. We're going to be able to sit back and watch it, and it's going to be pretty interesting. The one thing I wanted to mention, there's going to be phase 3 of this, and phase 3 itself is just, it's going to be so interesting. When I talk about phase 3, it's going to be who started the roots of COVID? How do we prevent it from happening? And remember, a way that we prevent COVID from happening is bust the people that did it in the first place. And that means Fauci. Fauci is he has to be called to task. And you notice the media and everything, they're not even talking about COVID anymore, but they know, the people that know it's coming. The other thing is, you're going to see at the federal level. So when the federal government comes out and says, this is where we're spending our money, what we're doing, the next thing they're going to be working on at some point is a state model. So they're going to be showing off state budgets and how the states that are successful are doing it. They're going to be withholding funding if they don't balance their budgets and spend the money where the federal government feels it's most important, where the people get it. And wasteful spending. The government is not only, they have a lot of tools at their arsenal. One tool would be to basically withhold the funding. The other one is going to be to kind of shame them, or to basically expose what the states are doing, where they're wasting the money, because they're going to find this stuff. And I'm hoping when we talk about change coming from the top down, that's what's going to happen next, that the states are going to have to follow suit. So the last thing is I wanted to mention is what can you do? What can we do if we want to start fighting? We want to start to be part of this positive change that's happening. And I'll tell you what I've been doing. It's sometimes when you see someone on social media and you see a post and it's something separate, or you don't agree with it, or trying to say something, you can click on don't show any more information, just unfollow. Make sure that you are not getting that information. I know it can be tedious because you get quite a few of those all the time, but just do it, because you just say, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I won't ever see that again. That's the one thing you can do. Also, don't be afraid to chime in on woke posts, things that just don't make sense and they're just wrong. and try to do it with 3 words if you can, and then just leave it. Don't keep engaging. You just tell them something, because you have enough of those comments, and I understand they get paid for more comments, but just leave your 3 words. And that's what I try to do, is just leave small amounts of information. So at the end, basically, I'm going to talk about something else that, a lot of people have been leaving Southern California. They're going to other states, they're going places because, the taxes, the fuel prices, the cost of living has just gone through the roof here, as far as rent, even mortgages, everything is just going up. So I resolved myself quite a while ago to say, I'm not leaving Southern California. I was born here. It's my state. It doesn't belong to anyone else. It doesn't belong to any of these taxes or any of these people. And I don't think the answer is always to move away from somewhere, unless there's just no money, there's just no opportunity, and you don't know how to make a living. So the one thing I did, so let me tell you a little story, and we're going to segue right into something positive. So one day it was about 2 years ago, I was in my house, and I was like, man, I worked for a software company, and they were really busy, and I was kind of, I gave them quite a bit of business. They were working on that, and I didn't know if they basically couldn't take anymore. So because they were backed up with all these projects they had going on, and so I was just going to be paid, but I couldn't necessarily bring any more customers. So it was like I was still working, but I wasn't. I said, what am I going to do? I was like on my computer, like, I don't want to play video games and just sit around the house and do nothing. Like, what am I supposed to do? So something just suddenly told me just to go outside, go outside. So I opened my garage door. I went outside, and two houses down, my neighbor said, "Hey, Brent," his name was Mark. And he said, "Come over here. Hey, I need your help." I said, okay. So I went over there, and he's a super nice guy, and we always got along real well. But he told me, hey, Brent, I got an inheritance. I have to move out of this house. I'm moving to Huntington Beach. I'm in a nice house, and I just got to sell everything. I got to get rid of everything. So can you help me with that? I'm like, okay. But most of the stuff he just wanted to, basically all of it, he wanted to give to me. The stuff that was really expensive, he went to storage. But so basically, over the next few weeks, I was bringing things, the 2 houses over from his house to my house. I'm talking stainless steel appliances. I even sold his Volkswagen Bug that was sitting in the driveway. Sold everything. He lived in that house for 30 years. And how did I do it? I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. So I had both Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. So I posted it on two places. And then I even had another neighbor who told me, hey, I was picking up stuff from his front yard that he was putting out just to put it in my garage, clean it up and sell it, make cash. And he said, I have some more stuff for you. He gave me all this stuff that he was moving to China. So he gave me restaurant stuff. So I was making about $2,000 to $3,000 about every month for a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, just selling all the stuff out of that house. And I got really good at selling stuff on Facebook and even OfferUp. And so I wanted to just kind of tell you guys how I do it. Today I make about $100 cash per day, and it's all non-taxable because you're just basically moving goods. So right now, let me tell you a little bit of the rules I follow. So if you guys are looking to sell stuff, I know some of you may have tried it or have seen, but man, if I was a kid growing up and like when I was in high school, man, I would have done this instead of taking a full-time job at McDonald's or mowing lawns when I was 15 years old to get the money I needed to go out. I would have just found stuff and taken a picture and sold it. It's so freaking easy. So let me give you a few rules how I do it. So, and if you guys want to try it, try it. If you see a piece of furniture that's on the side of the road, it looks pretty nice. People say, oh, how can you do that? Well, you're selling junk or you're doing it. I don't care. I want to make cash. When you're wearing uniform and you're wearing someone else's colors or you're doing something else, everyone bows down and does something to make money. Well, guess what? Sometimes I find furniture on the side of the road. I'll throw it in my car, take it home, clean it up, fix it up if I need to, and sell it. Sell it right out of my house. So rule 1 is look for stuff that you think you can sell quickly, and that's stuff that anyone could use. This specialty stuff doesn't work. Rule number 2, don't ship it. So just sell it right out of your house, local pickup only. The other thing is, rule number 3, always use dimensions. So it depends on the furniture. You probably want to take some dimensions because they're going to ask you that, and it's going to be a hassle. Rule number 3, of course, the number 1 rule is always be honest. Be honest with your photos. Take good photos. Take a bunch of different angles. Make it, so they can see exactly what it is. If there's something wrong with it, make sure you take a photo of that so they know exactly what they're getting. There's no surprises. And basically, after they message you, they say, hey, when can I come and get it? You say, when are you going to come and get it? So once you establish a time, what I do is I tell them a park that's near my house. So I say, I'm near this place. Let me know where. And a lot of say, no, I want to punch it in my GPS now. I want to come now. Okay, but tell me when you're going to come, because I'm here near this park. And if you tell me when you're going to come, I'll give you the address. So don't give them your address until you're ready. Like, okay, you can come this time, that time. You don't want to tell them that you're not at home. Don't do any of that stuff. Don't tell them when you're home, when you're not. Just say, I'll be home that time. I'll be home that time. Okay, I'll meet you there. That kind of stuff. So that's pretty much it. Right now, what I've been doing as well is, and you guys may think about doing this, is you could take stuff and you could split it. So I had one of my other neighbors call me. He said, hey, I got a bunch of stuff that from a business, and I want to see if you could sell it. And I found out it's everything from powder coating equipment to rims. He had a business where he was powder coating rims. There's just all kinds of products and that I can sell. I had right now I still have maybe 50 rims, 60 rims left. And I brought them all. We got a U-Haul truck, brought everything to my yard, put it all in place. I took all the pictures, and today I'm selling rims. But what I do in this case is I split it. So let's say you have a friend who has all kinds of stuff, and like, hey, I have this, tractors, and I have all this other stuff. Like, hey, let me help you sell it, but I'll split it with you. So they get half. And what I do is I send to my friend every month. I send him, money to pay for his half. I keep all the information in Google Sheets. Sorry, my speaker wakes up on its own sometimes. But I send him the money, everything on Google Sheets. So I keep a whole tab of what I've sold, his half, he has access to it anytime he wants to look at it, and it works out good. So just something to think about. It's a way to make some cash. For those of you who, it doesn't matter where you are, you could have people come out and pick it up, or you could do delivery. Sometimes I do delivery. I charge people like $50. Depending on how far it is, I can charge more. I've made up to $100 in delivery. So that's the world of Facebook Marketplace. I hope I explained it enough for you guys. So I would challenge each and every one of you to try it. Get that one item. It's a little bit addictive because you want to make sure you're driving on the road, and my wife loves doing it. She'll come home. Of course, she has a convertible, so she can stack stuff all the way as high as she wants to go, and she'll come home. And I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of some of the videos I've posted, but man, she could just pile her car full of stuff. So it's a nice little side gig to have. So I wanted to, the last part, so let's have a little bit of fun. I wanted to just bring up a couple things that I noticed. One thing I did notice, I was watching the movie Gremlins 2. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. It's pretty funny because they did a lot of animatronics and a lot of special effects with the Gremlins. It's late 80s special effects, so it's pretty funny. But I saw something in there that was pretty shocking. I did not know that Count Dooku was in Gremlins 2. I don't know the name of the actor, but I was like, look at him. And he doesn't look much younger than when he played Count Dooku. So that's really weird. Like, I don't know, that guy, he didn't age. I mean, it must have been, 20 plus years between the two movies. So Count Dooku is in Gremlins 2. There you go, a little fact you might not have known. I wanted also, every one of my podcasts, I like to bring up a wifeyism. So wifeyism is like wifey problems or a wifeyism, right? So this one's a wifeyism. And remember when you were younger and you had some weird ideas of stuff you thought that was that's just what it is, right? And I'll give you an example. I know you guys are going to think I'm probably a lot lamer than you think now. I don't know if that's possible, but I was maybe 10, 11 years old. I was living in Walnut. I had a little cassette recorder that could record, and then I had a radio player, so I could actually I would put them next to each other because I wasn't that high tech at that point, but I could record right off the radio, and I waited for some of these songs to come on. Of course, back then I could get AM 690, right? So you weren't going to record in stereo anyway, so it doesn't matter if it played in stereo. So I was listening to AM radio, and on the Mighty 690, which was an AM station back in LA back in the day, I recorded a song from, it's called, it's not Quiet Riot, it's the other ones. It's with Nikki Sixx, Motley Crue, right? She got the look that kill. She got the look that kill. And the song goes like that. She got the look that kill. But then, and I was like, yeah, she got the look that kill. I'm rocking out, right? And I recorded off the radio. And then in the song, it goes, she got the look to kill. Well, I wrote on the tape, he, ha, ho, kill, right? Kids, right? So there's my embarrassing thing that I did once. Okay, I've done plenty of embarrassing things, but there's one of them. So I wanted to give you that little stupid story because, well, my wife, one time we were talking, and I don't know how it came up, but we started talking about Dr. Dre. So Dr. Dre, and I said, Dr. Dre is a rapper, and she said, no, he plays for the Lakers too, right? He played for the Lakers. And I said, no. So my wife firmly believed and was willing to bet money that Dr. Dre played basketball for the Los Angeles Lakers. So there you go. There's your wifey problems, and that was a pretty good one. So I thought I'd share that with you. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for today. I know that I'm going to be adding some things. So I want to tell you what you guys can expect over the weekend. I'm going to be working on. So for Monday's show, I would like to practice interviews. I'm going to be working on some interviews, how I can show videos and pictures and visuals while I'm giving a live session, so that we can see things together and I can comment on it. But I want to bring people in and interview interesting people and interview each of you, some of the things you guys want to talk about. I think I'd like to bring people on the show, whether it be also a video conference interview, voice interview, that kind of stuff, but mostly just video conferencing interviews. I'm going to be Monday. I'm hoping to get some of those things done. The other thing is surveys. So when we're having fun. You guys want to give input, I'll put out surveys. That'll be part of the show and the podcast. So we'll be adding those things. So video conferencing, just looking at videos together so I can show you and we can see them. And then the last part is surveys, being able to do surveys and even questions, because that's going to be part of the games. So we like to be able to do some games, have people vote, like when we do the Cat Olympics, which cat's going to win, that kind of stuff. Well, it's like Pet Olympics. I'm going to do one of the dogs. So anyway, so on Monday's show, we're going to practice interviews. I'm going to practice some of this technology. One of the things we're going to do on Monday, I'm going to talk about, since the holiday week is here, we're going to play some games. We're going to talk about some of the games you can play with family and friends that come to visit. I have a stack of board games behind me, and I'm probably going to have to sell quite a few of them because most people won't play the board games, but we're going to be talking about, Texas Hold'em tournament. How do you do that when you have a family? How do you do it with money? Make it so everyone can play, that kind of stuff. Make it exciting, but don't break anyone's bank. And we'll try that out. So that's what we're going to do on the Monday show. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I understand I'm a little bit blind. I'm not showing, it's just not, showing what's going on and showing videos. There's some pieces I'd like to add to the show, so that's going to be coming soon. So thank you guys very much for joining. I appreciate every single one of you, and I always look at your input. And the last thing is don't forget to follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and X and get ready because I think I'm going to be having a haircut. And I'm probably going to dye my hair a little bit more, maybe make this thing completely black, get rid of the gray over the weekend. So you're going to see me Monday, maybe with a whole new look.
Everybody to help in TikTok.
What about TikTok?
Ask everybody to follow in TikTok, so make your TikTok grow so you can stream through that. But you need 1,000.
Yeah, so if you guys follow me on TikTok, it's Brent at Brent Knox Original. Then I will be able to do TikTok with my own stream instead of having to use my wife's stream, which I'm using right now. But I'd appreciate that as well. So have a good weekend, you guys. And just remember, try to stay positive with everything you do. Try to answer any negativity as quickly as possible and get out. 3 words if you can. But I really appreciate you guys coming. Hey Ronnie, Esperanza, I see you guys. The people that are comments, thank you for your comments. But I read them later, and I comment on those as well. I'm going to try to be diligent in doing that. So
see everybody Saturday in Kelly's.
Yeah, and then we're probably going to do some karaoke tonight, this weekend, not tonight, but it's getting late.
Tomorrow.
But this weekend, maybe tomorrow night. So hopefully you guys, if you guys want to come and hang out, let me know, and I'll tell you for sure where we're going. Most likely we're going to go to Kelly's because that's our favorite spot.
Episode.
But we'll probably do some live video for you guys there. But again, remember, have a good Friday. And the last message I want to give you guys is that there are more of us than you think. Don't let people think that the people that are for this crazy notions that you're seeing on the TV and all this other stuff, most people, once we cut them out of the government, get that money, take that money away, more people think the way that we do, and they want just the freedom they want, then they're going to tell you. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. Happy Friday. We'll see you guys later.